C.S. Lewis once said, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the weight of your struggles, questioning why you must endure such battles? We are all broken people navigating a broken world, and with that comes the inevitability of facing various challenges. Whether it's battling anxiety, depression, insecurity, or loneliness, or fighting for a loved one's salvation, healing, or personal transformation, our struggles define our journey until we reach heaven. For some, the fight might be for starting or maintaining a family, preserving a marriage, pursuing a dream, or resisting a grim diagnosis. Each battle shapes who we are and how we grow. Stay with us as we delve deeper into these struggles, exploring how faith and perseverance can transform our pain into purpose. If this resonates with you, please like this message and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue this journey together. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Have you ever found yourself on the brink of giving up, feeling disheartened and frustrated by life's relentless challenges? We all encounter moments where our prayers seem unanswered, our faith appears futile, and the effort to trust in God's plan feels overwhelmingly taxing. In those moments, it's tempting to think, I'm done praying, trusting, believing, and trying. We question whether our acts of obedience, service, and faith are making any impact at all. But consider this: life is not defined by our immediate successes or failures, but by our perseverance and the hope we cling to. Can I get a thank you, Jesus, from you? C.S. Lewis reminds us that there is always a greater purpose, even when it's not immediately visible. When nothing seems to go our way, it's a call to deepen our faith, not abandon it. It's in these times of struggle that we grow stronger and more resilient. So, even when you feel like giving up, remember that God's plan for you is unfolding in ways you might not yet understand. Stay with us as we explore how to navigate these challenging times with renewed faith and determination. When we look at the struggles Timothy faced, we see a reflection of our own battles. Are you ever gripped by fear, feeling inadequate in the face of life's challenges? Paul's exhortation to Timothy is a powerful reminder, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. This call to courage resonates deeply with C.S. Lewis's writings, where he speaks of embracing the strength and bravery God instills in us. Lewis once wrote, "Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at the testing point." Just as Paul encouraged Timothy to fight the good fight, we too must harness the fighter spirit within us. It's not about avoiding fear, but overcoming it with the divine strength God provides. Consider the times you felt overwhelmed. Could those moments be invitations to tap into a higher power? Paul's life exemplifies that it is through fighting these battles that we fulfill God's plans for us. So stand firm, embrace your God-given power, and remember that each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. Stay with us as we delve deeper into how we can embody this courageous spirit. Can I get a "God is great" from you? Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. How often do you feel overwhelmed, ready to give up in the face of relentless opposition? Life, with all its struggles, often tempts us to abandon our paths. Yet, it's in these moments of trial that we must remember the words of C.S. Lewis and choose to persevere. Many embark on their journey, but few see it through to the end. If we desire to experience the fullness of God's blessings, we must declare, "I acknowledge the opposition, but the fighter within me refuses to yield. I may not control the challenges that arise, but I can choose not to quit. I will finish this race." C.S. Lewis once remarked, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." This truth is echoed in our own lives, where struggles and trials seem to overshadow our dreams and aspirations. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed by life's relentless challenges that giving up seemed like the only option? In these moments, it's easy to forget that it's precisely these hardships that shape our character and strengthen our resolve. How often do we let these moments of trial tempt us to abandon our paths? Imagine the countless dreams that are never realized simply because the journey becomes too arduous. We start with enthusiasm, but as obstacles mount, our determination wanes. Yet, it's precisely during these trials that we must recall the wisdom of Lewis and choose to persevere. Remember, many embark on their journey, but few see it through to the end. The fullness of God's blessings is reserved for those who endure, who press on despite the odds. Consider the biblical heroes who faced insurmountable challenges. Their stories of faith and perseverance are not just tales from ancient times, but lessons for us today. If we desire to experience the fullness of God's blessings, we must declare, "I acknowledge the opposition, but the fighter within me refuses to yield. I may not control the challenges that arise, but I can choose not to quit. I will finish this race." This mindset transforms our trials into triumphs, our pain into purpose. In moments of doubt, when the weight of the world bears down on us, let us remember that we are not alone. Our struggles are shared by many, and our perseverance can inspire others. So how will you respond to your next challenge? Will you let it defeat you, or will you rise, shake off the dust, and step up with renewed determination? Embrace the journey, for it is through these very hardships that we are prepared for our extraordinary destinies. If this resonates with you, like and comment below, and stay tuned for more reflections and insights in our next segment. Reflecting on Galatians 6 verse 9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This verse underscores the importance of persistence. Every faithful act, every small step taken in steadfastness, accumulates into a significant impact over time. The seemingly minor acts of faithfulness are monumental, even if we don't immediately see their effects. Daily we engage in battles, sometimes just to maintain our mental and spiritual well-being. It's essential to grasp this truth: victory, invariably, lies beyond the struggle, beyond the relentless fight. Have you ever felt the weight of unacknowledged efforts, the temptation to give up when setbacks arise and fatigue sets in? It's a common struggle, yet this call to persist holds profound wisdom. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." These moments of weariness, where you question the purpose of your good deeds, are precisely when your faith and determination are most crucial. Imagine a farmer who, despite harsh weather and barren fields, continues to sow seeds with the hope of a future harvest. We, too, must hold on to the promise that our efforts, though seemingly unnoticed, are not in vain. They are seen by God, and in His perfect timing they will yield a bountiful harvest. So press on, remain steadfast in doing good, for your labor is meaningful and significant. "Do not let your happiness depend on something you may lose," writes a wise Christian thinker, urging us to find our strength in eternal truths. Reflect on this. Have you ever felt hindered in your journey of faith, as if something or someone was pulling you away from the path of truth? The Apostle Paul questioned the Galatians, saying, "You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth?" This resonates deeply with our struggles today. Discouragement is a powerful tool of the adversary, one that can derail us from our divine purpose. C.S. Lewis's words remind us that true courage is not about never feeling weak, but about continuing to move forward despite our weakness. Theodore Roosevelt echoed this sentiment: "Courage is not having the strength to go on, it's going on when you don't have the strength." How many times have you felt like saying, "I'm finished, I'm not doing it anymore"? The impatience for quick results can easily lead to discouragement. Yet, it's in these moments of trial that our faith is tested and strengthened. "Do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you do not give up." There is a reward waiting for you. Remember the time when you were so sure, so confident that your vision for life would come to pass. And nothing could deter you. What changed? What happened to that unwavering determination? One wise voice reminds us, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. This freedom is not just a fleeting moment, it's the foundation of your vision. Have you allowed doubts to creep in, making you question your path? The same voice urges us, stand firm then and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Reflect on this: you are running a good race. Who cut in on you, causing you to lose focus? This disruption doesn't come from the one who calls you. You had a plan, a purpose, a clear vision. So what happened? Here's what I think the answer is: real life happened. Reality happened. Or to quote the great theologian Mike Tyson, he said it this way: everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Can I get an amen? That's just true, right? That quote came from an interview right before Tyson fought Evander Holyfield. The interviewer asked Mike, "What are you going to do? Are you worried about the fight?" Tyson said, "Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face." Sounds like life, right? Everybody's got big plans. Then all of a sudden we get punched by life. It's going to happen. And all of a sudden you're like, well, that big old punch in the face wasn't in the plan. What do I do now? All of a sudden it's like, well, I think maybe all is lost and I'll just go ahead and give up. You can't. Reflect deeply on the obstacles that have diverted your path. Are they external barriers, or have internal fears and insecurities played a significant role? Have you allowed doubts to cloud your vision and fears to hold you back? As C.S. Lewis wisely said, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Your journey, with all its twists and turns, is far from over. Every setback carries a profound lesson, a hidden strength waiting to be uncovered within you. These challenges are not merely obstacles, but stepping stones toward your destiny. Embrace them with courage and faith, for they shape and refine you. Consider the story of Joseph from the Bible, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment. Each trial was a stepping stone to his ultimate destiny as a ruler in Egypt, saving many from famine. Like Joseph, your trials can be transformed into triumphs if you remain steadfast and committed. The vision you once held close to your heart is still within reach. Reignite that relentless conviction, the burning desire to fulfill your purpose. Let no one and nothing stand in your way. Stay faithful and let your commitment shine through every action and decision you make. You are being prepared for something extraordinary. Believe in it, pursue it with all your heart, and watch as the obstacles transform into opportunities for greatness. You can't think of one story or one person. You've not watched one movie or read a book. There's no person in your life who has done or is currently pursuing something significant who, at some point, didn't get smashed in the mouth, be that by life or a circumstance. What's the common storyline shared between all great people who accomplish great things and experience abundant life? They all experienced a smash-in-the-mouth free life. That's how they had a good life. No, they all made a rigid plan years ago, and everything always went exactly as planned without the need to flex, risk, or adapt anything. That's their key to success. Do you know anybody like that? Their recipe for growing success in their life was making excuses, blaming other people, playing the victim card, and rarely doing what they said they were going to do. That was their road to greatness. Everybody and every voice in their life agreed with them every day and supported them all along the way. Is that anybody's story? How about they did it all by themselves and didn't need help from anybody else? No. Have you ever faced a moment when your life took an unexpected turn, shattering your plans and dreams? This is a common experience. None of us are exempt from the trials that test our resolve and faith. We all encounter moments where we must pivot, letting go of our original plans and embracing new paths. Think of those who inspire you with their significant lives. They too have faced disappointment and heartbreak. Yet they chose not to give up. What sets them apart from the average person? It is their perseverance, their unwavering determination to rise above setbacks and continue moving forward. This tenacity, this refusal to quit, is what transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Reflect on your own journey. How can you cultivate this same perseverance and grit? When faced with life's overwhelming challenges, we often feel like we're in a deep, dark hole with no way out. This reminds me of a profound story. A donkey once fell into a pit, and passers-by, seeing no hope of rescuing it, decided to bury it alive to end its suffering. With each shovel of dirt thrown onto its back, the donkey shook it off and stepped up, gradually rising to freedom. Have you ever felt buried by life's struggles, wondering if you could ever shake off the weight? C.S. Lewis wrote, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." This tale isn't just about resilience, it's about finding hope and strength in adversity, much like Lewis's insights. Each challenge can be an opportunity to rise higher if we have faith and perseverance. So how can we shake off the dirt and step up in our lives? Let's explore this journey together.